Hi, my name's Rob Scott, and welcome to another big UC update at UC Summit 2022. So today I'm joined by William Rubio, who's the Chief Revenue Officer at CallTower, and he's going to share his perspective on the UC marketplace, what's hot and what's new at CallTower in 2022. Welcome, William.
Rob, thank you very much for the introduction, and happy to be here and happy to share what we're kind of seeing now in 2022 as far as the trends, and really excited about what's going to be happening here over the next 12 to 24 months.
Yeah, great to see you, and thanks for taking time to talk to me today. So, really just to kick things off, I mean, in terms of, trends and what's been happening out there, what's been dominating customer conversations in the past year?
Well, I think now we're starting to look at, and I know it's not really post-COVID or post-pandemic, but we're starting to see a little bit more of kind of long-term strategies from customers that they're actually now starting to look at. I did a Band-Aid before. I need to now look at what's going to be my outlook for the next 12, 24, 36 months, and strategically really kind of plan out and design what they're doing around their communication needs, whether it's around UCaaS or CCaaS or SD-WAN, just more of a global strategy overall as far as what they're doing. And we're starting to see more of that overall. And you're starting to see different organizations or different business units within the organization that now kind of have a seat at the table. And they're really driving the IT organizations and demanding from the IT organizations to deliver more just because of the fact that now things have kind of changed because of the pandemic. And it's kind of the new reality that we're living in right now, is making sure that you can satisfy the needs of all those different business units, because marketing is going to have a different requirement than sales, than customer support, than accounts payable. So you need to make sure that they're all being heard and you give them the right tools to succeed in the marketplace.
Yeah, and I suppose if you overlay that hybrid work mandate that everyone's got right now, there's a lot of work to be done. Is hybrid work a priority for a lot of your customers?
There is, right? I mean, I think initially it was the remote worker, the hybrid worker, and now you're starting to see a lot of customers say, well, I did have kind of a hybrid solution, but now I need to make it permanent. Can you work with either my premise-based platform or integrate it as I move more into a private cloud environment, so I could kind of migrate slowly or quickly, depending on how fast they want to move into it. So we're starting to see a lot more of that. And it's a challenge, right? It's a challenge to make sure it's complex because you have multiple different platforms that have to work together. And at the end of the day, it's all about making sure that the end user has the same experience, right? Whether they're in one part of the world or another, whether they're working from home or working from an airport or working from an office environment, you want to make sure that they all have that same experience. So it is a challenge, but CallTower is up for the task, and we've been doing it for our customers. So excited to continue to do that here in 2022.
Yeah, fantastic. In terms of meeting the challenge, talk to me about your portfolio. What's been popular, and what do you see, kind of really being popular again in 2022?
Sure. Well, hands down, we continue to see really Microsoft leading the way with their Microsoft Teams deployment. They started out a couple of years ago, about 3 years ago, that we actually started doing direct routing on Microsoft Teams. We were invited, which was an honor for us, into their Operator Connect portfolio, which we launched back in Q3 of 2021. So pretty excited about that, and that's really taken off overall. And Cisco continues to be a part of it, right? I mean, I think when you look at what Cisco's been able to do with the stability of their platform, the security around it that they do, especially when you're looking at really healthcare and the financial industry as being very critical on the security side. They all are, but obviously a little bit more there, I think, on the healthcare and on the financial side. They've done a really good job. So we're fortunate enough that we're able to really launch our solutions with those two core platforms, and then add in Metaswitch, which was acquired by Microsoft in May of 2020, to really kind of fill in those gaps that a lot of companies just really need as a necessary evil, whether it's paging or door buzzers or credit card machines or even faxing. There's still people that fax out there. We're able to add that into either a Cisco or a Teams solution and really make it just one complete design and solution for our customers. And we're seeing the demand continue to grow really from a CCaaS standpoint as well. With our CT Cloud Contact Center, and also our partnership with Five9, we're able to deliver that bundled solution to customers. And you're seeing kind of a convergence of the small to medium business go more upstack, saying, I just no longer need call recording and call queuing, but I want skills-based routing. I need workforce automation and management. I need some IVRs. I need some web chat boxes and some agent assist. And now you're seeing the flip side of some of the enterprise businesses saying, I got to get away from my prem base. I got to go cloud. There's more features in the cloud. Can you help me do that? And you're starting to see that convergence into demand, really, of customers saying, I want UCaaS and CCaaS together. It's kind of I don't know if we've coined it or not. I would love to coin it, but we're calling it XCaaS, which is really kind of the both of those together working in simultaneous platforms, but making sure that the synergies are there.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, I'm hearing more and more about that trend in terms of kind of unifying UC and CC, or the contact center services. Lots happening in that space, and certainly lots of opportunity for end customer organizations as well. In terms of what's new, what's coming up in 2022, what's top priority for CallTower, and how do you see the kind of year shaping up?
Yeah, with all these different changes and these requirements that we're seeing now of these hybrid environments, the UCaaS and CCaaS together, you're starting to see, number one, integration. So hybrid, I think, is going to continue to grow, whether it's a prem base or coming from another cloud deployment that they want to continue to work with. So really more of that complex, that inter-platform integration that you could do some cross-dialing functionality and so forth is going to be a big thing. We also launched in 2021, we did launch also our emergency mass notification services as well, which is a great partnership that we have with Informacast that we're able to provide that on all of our platforms. So whether it's just for emergency responders or emergencies within a campus environment or a multi-level type of environment for a customer, or even somebody that works from home, just to make sure to have that emergency response is very important overall. And then security. I think security, when you really tie all this together, we have a partnership with Conquest Cyber, which really helps organizations not just get security or get compliant, right? It's how do you keep it? I think people always it falls off the rails that they say, great, I got to the finish line and I'm there. And it's like, no, this is a daily chore that you have to do because you're getting attacked on a daily a daily basis. So you have to make sure that that's there. So we're seeing those trends really kind of customers really do a deeper dive into it overall because it's just something that they need and they just don't have the resources. So they are leaning on organizations like CallTower to help bring them and educate them on what's the right solution in there. But we're seeing a lot around Microsoft Teams and Cisco, and then everything else kind of feeding with those two core platforms.
Yeah, I wonder whether that momentum that we've seen from Microsoft Teams and Cisco, for that fact, continue throughout 2022. It's certainly interesting to see. What do you think?
I think it's going to continue. I think Zoom will continue to be a player. I think some of the other UCaaS platforms that are out there, we're kind of going back into I'm going to host it, and all these operators, if you want to call CallTower an operator, are going to basically tie into us and then really add all the value-added reseller features and products that they really need and integrate them together with those other platforms. I think that's what you're going to see. I think when you see some of these other individual or independent platforms on a UCaaS side that are currently out there, it's going to be a little challenging because you still got Zoom, which is still going to be a player. And obviously 3 years ago, Zoom and Microsoft weren't even considered UCaaS. And now they're two of the dominant players out there. Zoom is still the leader in the video conferencing. So I think they're still going to have their place. Cisco, from the handset IP standpoint and security, I think that they're still top notch. And then Microsoft, just from the Teams collaboration that it has, I think that they're going to continue to take more market share going into 2022, at least those three, especially over the traditional UCaaS providers that are out there.
Yeah, some good perspectives there. And if you're looking for more information on CallTower, please visit the Content Hub at UC Summit. And I'm afraid that's all we've got time for today, William. But thank you so much for joining me.
Rob, always a pleasure to be on. I love the questions and looking forward to a great 2022. It's going to be an exciting year. Thank you.
And thanks to everyone for watching. If you've enjoyed today's update, there's lots more to explore at UC Summit this year. And don't forget to follow the big UC Update hashtag on social. I'm Rob Scott from UC Today. Thanks for watching.